Welcome back. Before we go ahead with setting up our game, we first have to define the outcomes and payoff we would like to arrive at in tangible terms. So let's do that. Firstly, in instances where there is lopsided occupancy for hotels in our chain that are in the same location or vicinity, say within 10 to 15 kilometers of each other, we'd like to see traffic from the busy hotels overflow to the not so busy hotels. The fact that there's overflow in one hotel not only means that there's a rise in demand, but that demand is also for hotels in our chain. Losing those potential guests to nearby competitors actually represents revenue leakage because requisition, that is, a customer requesting our service to house them, has been received, but we weren't able to provision a service to this customer that we've duly acquired, and now they've had to go look for other options. Revenue that could have otherwise been received walking out the door. You don't know how this customer came to hear about you. Maybe they saw an ad on a billboard, search engine, or social media, or perhaps via word of mouth of a customer you're giving loyalty related discounts and credits in order to please them and inspire word of mouth. So, in some shape or form, we've spent money and deployed resources to acquire this customer, to actually come to you and request your service. And now they are walking out the door with their money still in their pocket and not in your hand. You might think, well, 10 to 15 kilometers is not really the same vicinity, but depending on the traveler's objective, profile, and needs, two hotels within 12 kilometers of each other can quite closely meet the needs of the same traveler type and profile, even from an amenities, attractions, and convenience point of view. But we'll explore that further when we explore our options. Furthermore, the demand pattern radius or range can easily spread beyond 20 kilometers, particularly for travelers attending a big event or looking for tourism related adventures within a given city or town. Beyond just getting consistency in occupancy for hotels affected by the same demand patterns, we'd also like to see the said occupancy reaching and maintaining good levels in line with periods of high demand. That's the ultimate goal. A highly profitable hotel does so by keeping occupancy levels as high as possible, as benchmarked by demand patterns across seasons, a feat that is difficult to achieve. That's what the hotel chain strives for, and that's what you have to help them deliver as the platform owner. So that's where we start with outlining our game, our desired outcomes and payoff. You can start anywhere in outlining your game because the elements that are a bit more obvious can help you identify and define the elements that are not so obvious. Next, the situational information and contextual factors that appear as most important based on the desired outcomes and payoff have to be extracted. The hotel chain is facing rising competition from other chains that are now introducing tiers they never used to offer before, and the rise of short stay residential rentals platforms means that you are losing a piece of the pie, particularly for large group bookings. Furthermore, third party booking platforms are your main source of new customer acquisition. You are almost fully reliant on them to funnel new customers online, and in some instances, returning guests to the hotels in your chain. Your SEO is not bad, so your hotel chain's website still shows up in search results when people are searching for accommodation. But for some reason, customers still opt for booking platforms, most likely because they want the option to compare across hotel brands and chains, and they perceive the booking platform to make this process far easier for them. The booking platform might very well be pushing establishments from whom they receive higher commissions or with whom they have special deals, but customers are none the wiser in this regard. The chain's loyal customers, on the other hand, are largely going directly to the website for bookings, most likely because they are on a loyalty program and the website, via a unique identifier such as a loyalty number, knows who they are and what they like. So they have a better chance of getting extra perks or discounts and credits that they believe they wouldn't necessarily get if booking via the third party booking platform, where they likely made their first booking with the chain. From this information, you glean that you have three potential players against which you must play in your game. Other hotels and short stay residential platforms are obvious opponents in this game, based on the situational information and contextual factors. The third potential opponent is the third party booking platform. Yes, they are a partner that funnels new bookings your way, which helps your new customer acquisition a great deal. but there's something in their process or customer interaction that is mismatching the profile of customers with the type of hotel tier or room that would be best suited to not only their needs, but aligns to the nuances, customer experience wise, of someone matching their profile type. Sure, it's not easy to discern the profile of a brand new customer. You don't know much about them. But based on their needs, as well as other digital footprint information they might be willing to share, say via consenting to cookies on the third party booking platform, there's a lot that the third party booking platform can tell about them, at least enough to give them the option to at least book a room at the right tier hotel. They get to collect all that information about the potential new customer and make a call about what they put in front of them. And there's no way you, as the chain's platform operator, can intervene. You just have to, number one, hope that they put your chain's hotel in front of the new potential customer as an option. And number two, put the right kind of option in front of them. You have no control of if, when, and how they do that. So, based on the outline of potential players, you can already discern that you're potentially playing two games. You want to drive third party platform bookings towards your chain's hotels in such a way that they, at least at a basic level, match the right profile of guests to the right tier hotel. Once they have booked one of your hotels at the right tier, you can always redirect them to the right tier room when they check in if there's too much of a mismatch and the price versus value offset doesn't impede their experience. You don't want them to pay more when they were expecting to pay less, and you certainly don't want them to get less, value wise, when they were expecting to get more. You learn more about them when they check in and make the necessary customer experience enhancing suggestions. A bigger, lower floor room with a second double bed for the kids and a bigger bathroom with a separate toilet, rather than a higher floor room with a slightly better view with only a pull out couch and one standard size bathroom. It's up to the guest to decide at this point. You are also competing with other hotels as well as residential short stay rentals for guests, so that's your second game. You have to keep this in mind while outlining your options to make sure that you are addressing the right game with the right opponent with the type of strategy that will get you to your desired outcome and payoff. It's about the trade off between not muddying the waters, but yet optimizing your resources while driving towards your desired outcome and payoff. Okay, now it's time to dig into our strategy consideration in terms of what we need to consider when planning our approach, strategic options wise. So, remember, we are using pricing as our lever for this exercise. So, first, we have to consider what, pricing wise, could be contributing to our situational and contextual issues. To increase customer acquisition and also achieve the right alignment between potential customer profile and hotel tier on the third party booking platforms, we can do something psychographics driven pricing strategy wise to make our hotels more discoverable and in the right way. Obviously, the third party platforms are not going to give us their search algorithm, so we'll have to figure that out ourselves. Perhaps build an AI agent to pose as different profile users, say a father, a singleton, a group of ladies going on a party weekend, a church group, a distressed pregnant mom looking for a moment of peace to reduce stress, and so on. Posing as each of these profiles, the AI agent then goes online, searches for a hotel in a given location or even across locations, then sees what it comes up with, both via search engine and directly via prominent third-party booking platforms. After a few hundred searches per profile, a pattern should emerge, maybe even a full set of insights. Better still, the whole entire algorithm deciphered. We'll talk more about this when we start unpacking our options in a more detailed manner. It's no secret that price is the main driver for large group bookings. The challenge is that the economies of scale in this context seem to work out better in the case of short stay residential platforms against hotels. Accommodation and meals wise, short stay residential accommodation seems to work out better than in the case of hotels. So, again, as the platform owner, you need to generate some insights and automation initiatives that can help your hotel chain be more competitive and have a good chance of winning in the tug of war for large group bookings while maintaining acceptable margins and generating economics that make sense. In this case, psychographics driven pricing might help you do just that.